I used the most impressive Shadow Claw team that you can use in Ultra League and got a pretty nice win streak for my elo in Go Battle League and Ultra League. So today we're gonna cover my crazy run, 9 wins, 1 loss with this line, and of course you are gonna see that even against the worst counter you still have a lot of play with this team. So able to get the mirror here, and since I'm seeing that my opponent has a higher attack stat since they win those CMPs, I'm just gonna try to catch one move on my Giratina. Doing so means that we're gonna get a lot of energy in the process, because I'm not expecting a switch, to be honest, but still we have to press here our Dragon Claw, because otherwise we're gonna go down to the next Ice Punch. We might be pretty low, we might be down on shields, but still we have Shadow Force, which can be not expected by our opponents. So here comes the big nuke, big damage on the jelly, and now we have to go in with our Sun Slash. This means that we have ready one move to go. Ice Punch will definitely grab the shield from our opponents, and right here we go down to that Shadow Ball. Of course we can still survive, not go down in the bigger scale of the facts, but still we can survive. Down goes now a nice chunk on our HP, and on the switch we're met up with a Tapu Fini while we got a Golisopod for the end game. If we can block here correctly the Moonblast, which we do, we can definitely destroy down this shiny Tapu Fini. So liquidation here will bring it pretty low at the point that we can definitely get that final shield out of play with our X Scissors. Of course they can still get to their final move. Will this be a Moonblast though, trainers? Yes it is. Down goes Golisopod. Sunslash returns into the battle, able to farm down the Jellies, and they thought we had energy to throw, but still we could farm down anyways, and that is gonna be a great game to start off this video. Into the next one now with a very good lead on the face of Pidgeot. And now we're seeing the switch out to Virizion. Once again we have to get in there with our Shadow Force, dealing so much damage to the opponent. Shadow Force is a legacy move, but still you need to charge up a lot to get to it. But when you do and your opponent does not shield, because most of the times they will not, you're gonna do so much damage to the opponent. Look at that damage on the Virizion, and now Shadow Force will be the ultimate move that we needed to flip around that scenario on the switch, because now we can maintain that alignment that we have with Pidgeot aligned towards our Sunslash. So over here I'm expecting the Pidgeot to return, but to be honest I have no worries at all, because we can still survive whatever they throw, even double Brave Bird on our Steel type Pokemon, and right after those Dragon Claws are still gonna do enough damage to put it definitely at the Ice Punch range. With that in mind, we are also both even on shield, so here comes the first move. Is it gonna be the Brave Bird? No, just a Feather Dance, so we don't care much, and at the back they have a Poliwrath. So a lot of Poliwraths lately. Well, it makes sense because of the community day of Poliwag being so close to my battles over here, and of course here the Ice Punch or whatever they throw can be taken. What I like about Golisopod is that it can hold down certain threats, something like a Cresselia, something like a Poliwrath, or even something like a Walrein, which is pretty neat. Even Swampert can definitely fall off on the trap of our Pokemon. So right here I'm just gonna completely farm down with those Shadow Claws. They have the Pidgeot returning into the battle, but first we have to throw Liquidation. This will bring this Pidgeot pretty low. They know they have nothing to do here, so they will back out. Walrein now into the next one. So also what I like about this team is that both Sunslash and Golisopod can protect our Giratina from those ice types, which is pretty great. And also you're gonna see that even if they get here to the Earthquake, we can still survive it kinda with ease. So we might be kinda in the deep trouble situation. If they have something like a fighter at the back, they might want to snipe us down, so we have to be extremely careful on that switch element. So if that is gonna be just an Icicle Spear, we can still survive, which is pretty crazy, and still reach to the Drill Run for the knockout move against this Walrein. So down goes the Walrus. Perhaps I do not have another counter for my Pokemon in the Giratina at the back. However, there is gonna be a Jellicent. Now at the back there is gonna be the Charizard, and guess what? Just gonna throw here the Liquidation to grab the shield out of play, and now gonna go in with my Giratina. I know that even if they are on Shadow, we can still survive 2 of those Dragon Claws kinda with ease, so I'm just gonna take those moves and then try to pressure for a potential Ancient Power, which we do not have, but still we can always pressure and bait for it. So here comes now the first Dragon Claw and one more right after. Will they get to their own move here, or they will farm down? No, they will farm down with a Jellicent. So Golisopod now can go in, and things aren't over yet. We have to call the baits, and it is gonna be the Surf. Well, it made kinda sense for them to bait, because if they bait it, they could absolutely won this battle anyways, so that's why I could go ahead and let that first one go through. I was expecting the bait. Here comes another Surf, and right after another one, so I have a feeling that this is gonna be just another Surf. Just gonna take it since I want to finish it off right on time. I want to have back-to-back moves as well, one X-Scissor for this Pokemon and one Liquidation for the Charizard. Also, I knew that Charizard had a little bit of energy stored up, so I did not want to risk it at all. So with that in mind, I'm just gonna finish it off with a double finishing blow here, and yeah, that's gonna be an amazing ending for my Golisopod. Into the next one, and we're having kind of a weird lead here, so they managed to catch one move, or they think so, because we saw the switch, still press the Drill Run, and yeah, they did not think so. They absolutely thought that this was a Drill Run, so that's why they blocked. Anyways, on the good news side, we got a shield out of nowhere, and of course now we have the upper hand with our Shadow Force over here. Once again, Shadow Force will be a tricky move for our opponent, big damage on that Pokemon, and right after we can continue our crazy farm down. Even if they get to those Stone Edges, I am not in a hurry at all, but instead they want to switch out to their Giratina to snipe me down. They do not want for me to get all that farm. Perhaps they had another Pokemon weak to my Giratina at the back, so that with energy they could be in deep trouble. So as you can see, my attack stat on the Giratina is 15, which means that every single CMP can easily be won by my Pokemon, so that is an interesting factor as well. So let's see what they have at the back, because this is all that we remain to see, to be honest. So here comes now another move, this time the Dragon Claw, a weak connection message pops up out of nowhere, but anyways, I'm just gonna take the move here. I want to keep those two shields for the end game, and as it seems, we stand on the correct ground and the better ground and the higher ground. So many grounds, well, while no ground is alive on this battle. Anyways, that was a bad pun, and we're having, of course, the first move coming up. I'm just gonna block just in case it is a Moonblast. Of course, this is not gonna be a Moonblast, just a Grass Knot, and right after we have those X-Scissors, which can definitely shred apart into pieces this Pokemon. So by blocking here, we can guarantee the farm down, to be honest, so we can get out of here with a lot of energy, trying to get to a desperate switch here, but my Golisopod definitely has the upper hand. Into the next one now with the worst possible lead scenario against a Shadow matchup. We have to get out of there as soon as possible. And we're having Giratina, so we're met up with another counter to our team, this time the Steelix. So getting hard counter, how can we possibly win this one? Well, it all depends on Golisopod and how it wants to manipulate those battles. So anyways, I was trying to get here to the Shadow Force, but unfortunately I cannot, so down we go to those Dragon Claws. If you had better IVs here on your Giratina, perhaps you could survive, but my Giratina could definitely not do that. So yeah, we're just gonna go down to those moves. Now the Crunch, which will debuff us, and I'm expecting another Crunch, to be honest, so I'm not gonna throw yet because I know that they have something like a Machamp at the back waiting for me to make the mistake to shield. But yeah, anyways, at the back they also have Mac, which is kinda of a troublemaker for my team as well, especially for my backline. So yeah, this battle is not looking that great. We got severely hard countered, but well played to my opponent because they maintained that correct alignment for sure. So here comes now Liquidation to lower the defense. That gave me a little bit of hope, but to be honest, they still have that matchup aligned with my Drill Runner, and I think that Sandslash stands no chance anyways up against that Pokemon. So anyways, I'm trying to snipe them down, I think. I don't know what I was expecting here. Drill Run to do some cheap damage on that Pokemon, but still they have so much energy right here that they can definitely finish me off with a simple cross chop on my Golisopod, and as it seems this is gonna be the case. So down we go here, and yeah, my opponent really played pretty well over here. So Steelix in the next one. So if they do not have Earthquake, we might be in a very good position, but yeah, they're gonna switch out, so perhaps they have no Earthquake, perhaps we're gonna see in a while. At the back they have Ampharos, and we will try to catch one Thunder Punch on our Pokemon. So as it seems, they have the Brutal Swing, which is gonna be kinda good for them, and at this point we're just gonna take the other Brutal Swing as well, because as it seems, we can still pressure for those moves. Able to get here to the Dragon Claw. If they take it, okay, no, I thought that we were gonna do more damage than that, but that was not the case at all. They managed to catch the next Dragon Claw on the Steelix. That was impressive, to be honest, and we have one more Dragon Claw before we fall down for some really cheap damage. So at this point we're just gonna return into the battle with Sandslash. There is no way this is gonna be the Earthquake, just a Psychic Fangs, and right after we can charge up a lot. So we have the Drillrun here, which is just gonna connect for lethal, I believe. No, not even close. So that was a mistake by my part, to be honest. So another Drillrun now to finish off the Steelix. Let's see if they want to return here with Ampharos. Yes, they do. Okay, I think we can survive that move and still bring them to no HP with our moves. So as it seems at the back there is gonna be a Cresselia, and all of a sudden we have a win con here, and we needed that win condition because we were having kind of a very bad situation going on for our team. So X-Scissor is definitely gonna connect here for big damage, actually cheap damage, but still we can outspeed them to those charge attacks for sure. And yeah, that super effective damage will not be appreciated over time by Cresselia. Another X-Scissor is coming up, and we have back-to-back moves over here loaded up on energy. Another one to threat that shield out of existence, and of course we might be in deep trouble if we block. So I'm just gonna let it go through and rely and give all of my full hopes on our Pokemon and the Sandslash. The Sonic, the Hedgehog is just gonna dominate this battle against Ampharos, and we have Drillrun now ready to go to finish off the remaining HP out of Cresselia. Crazy battle here that took a while to unfold, but still that was totally worth it. Into the final one now, and we're having a Psychic Pokemon up in front, which is a Psych, and of course it's gonna be the Mew. So right here we're just gonna keep going at it with our Pokemon, trying to catch the second surf on our Giratina. We managed to do that. At the back they have a Gliscor, which is not that great, but still if we can get to the Shadow Force, perhaps we can have a chance even against a threat like this Pokemon. So we can definitely survive one more. We're not gonna have a lot of HP right after, but still we can survive, and that is gonna work towards our advantage if we can land here the Shadow Force. No, we cannot, unfortunately. They were expecting it, and now we're gonna switch out, actually drop into the battle, not gonna switch out our Ice Punch to finish off in one shot the Gliscor. So still we're having the upper ground here, but at the back they have a Pokemon like Celesteela, which can be pretty great against our Golisopod. All we have to do here is to keep hidden our Pokemon and try to do as much damage as possible to that Celesteela with our Sandslash. Seeing the switch out to the Mew makes me think that I have to follow their switch to my Golisopod. Down they go in one shot, and now Celesteela will return into the battle. You know what, perhaps Golisopod here might have a chance by completely farming down with those Shadow Claws, and I'm just gonna double block here and try to do exactly that, but my opponent will just top left this battle, and yeah, that is gonna be just a big win for my team. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and of course consider subscribing to my channel if you are new to my content. Speaking of my content, I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.